Hola. So we are with Joe and Elise, and we are at the restaurant at Dulce by Elise. Yes, at Cinere. So today, what are we going to talk about, babe?
We're going to talk about marriage. Joe and Elise have been members of our church, and they've been married for quite some time now. And Joe's very active in the men's ministry at church. Elise also with the women's ministry. So we're here as newlyweds, just wanting to get some insight from you guys.
Yes.
So can you guys introduce yourself real quick? Who are Joe and Elise Cortez?
I am Uncle Joe. This is my lovely wife. Yeah, I'm Uncle Joe. This is my lovely wife, Elise. We've been together, we've been married for 15 years. Am I correct? Please, you want to say something?
Well, okay, we met in the States. We met in Pasadena at work. I walk into a restaurant. He was there.
Ooh.
And
The boss.
And the boss.
And
He
he interviewed me.
Besides being part of a church here in Indonesia called The Collective,
Yes.
that's where we met Josh and Janine. We are also restaurant owners. We have a restaurant in Cinere. It's called Dulce Cafe. And not only are we married, but we're also partners in business. So partners in business and partners in life.
Ooh.
We used to be partners in crime, but no, since Jesus.
They left the crime world.
When Jesus came on board, the crime had to go out the window, if you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
So I guess we're going to talk a little bit about marriage, from what I understand.
Yeah.
Well,
we're just here to kind of learn from you guys and learn from experienced couples. You know, in the news, right? The richest man on earth and his marriage
getting
kind of failed,
divorced.
right? Like that didn't work out. So obviously money isn't the secret to
Yes.
successful marriage, right?
but finances are a big important part
Yes, they are.
of marriage, and it could either make a marriage or break a marriage. So you got to think about it that way. As for us, we met in LA, like my wife says. We did have a lot of obstacles against us. First of all, we had prior commitments before marrying each other. So that was something that we had to go ahead and deal with. Second, we were from different cultures. And that was a big issue. When we ended up coming to Indonesia in 2007, it was a major culture clash for me. I really didn't understand what I was getting myself into. So it really put a strain in our marriage.
Yeah.
We almost went to the point of divorce, right? So
It was ugly.
yeah,
Okay.
luckily we had this wonderful man, Pastor Dave from IES Central, that actually he's the one that saved our marriage. He was able to not fix it,
He helped.
but he pushed us in the right direction to understand what we had to do.
I cringed a little bit every time you said that, but he helped.
He
Then
helped.
Jesus saves.
Yeah, and then later on, when we moved from IES Central to IES South /TC now, we had Bernard and Jeanette, and
She was a mentor for us.
she was my wife's mentor. She was my wife's mentor, and
Also couple counseling.
sure. See, this is what you say. Look, sure.
Because she's
whatever you say, honey.
She's Spanish speaking, so she reached him perfectly, and she reached me perfectly.
Oh,
being
yeah.
woman and
I miss
woman.
with Jeanette, yeah.
Yeah.
One of the things that we realized that if you really want to, you will get out of marriage what you put into it. Number one, okay? Second would be to understand the elements that are behind marriage. Most people think that marriage is between two people. That's incorrect. If you are religious, they think it's between three elements. That's also incorrect. When you get to a point that you understand that there are four elements in marriage, I think you'll learn to sail a lot smoother. And what are they? Of course, is you and your wife, God,
Okay.
and then the evil one. All those four things are in marriage, and you have to understand that all those things apply to your marriage on a daily basis. So it goes on. The second, yeah, go ahead.
No, I mean, we come across this pastor.
Yeah.
I feel like, anyway, that he was doing this war against marriage. That the moment you got married is when you start getting attacked, and that's when the war starts. And when did it finish? Until the day you die. So you have to be ready every day for your war. It's gonna, if you have victory on this part, they're gonna attack you on this element, and then you're gonna go. It's never ending. So you just have to be.
It's like putting your armor on.
Yeah.
You have to put your armor on every morning.
Yeah.
Not only as a man or not only as a woman, but also as a couple.
Yeah.
All right. The next part would be, in order to make your marriage healthy, you must have two things: love and respect. First of all, you have to love the person you're with, and you have to respect that person also. Never dismiss your wife. It's not a good thing.
Yeah.
You know, so once you understand that, it's a good thing. But then also you have to understand that women and men don't speak the same language. Okay,
Yes.
we talk differently. Women are more in the emotion of the moment, when a guy just wants to fix things.
Yeah.
Right? So we could be saying the same thing, but we're saying it differently.
Yeah.
And we'll keep saying no, that no. It's like my wife, when I make a mistake and I notice this, that she gets bothered, or I see her that she's closing down, I will say, well, what did I do? And she goes, well, you did this. So I'll go ahead and try to correct it, right? But it's not working. Why? Because I'm not saying it the way that she needs to hear it.
Yeah.
Right? So remember when I told both of you that right now in your first season of marriage, you have to develop a language, right? Because right now it's very hard to communicate.
Yeah.
Once you get that put together, it makes it a little bit easier,
Yeah.
you know, to read what she's feeling or how she's thinking in the same way with us. What do you think, honey?
And I don't know if it's. I'm sorry.
No, we haven't even we're diving into it, and I love this.
I love it.
This is why we're here with Joe and Elise. So please, what were you gonna say? Elise, go ahead.
That's Joe.
Yeah.
If you see the video, he's very wordy.
I love it. No, this is good. Hopefully, whoever's watching, you guys got some good stuff.
If you say, I say, go ahead, honey.
No, but I don't know if it's in time. You know, we're trying to say do it this way, but then you're still younger. Because when I was younger, it's all about making my point across. He has to get my point.
Yeah.
This is, you were wrong. This is the right way and stuff. But then when you get older, you know it's two different point of view, and it cannot be always that's it. So it cannot be this is the right way, and then no, he just doesn't see it, and you have to come into peace. Like, okay, we're gonna disagree on this matter, and then it's not worth fighting further, and then it's
Sometimes you have to understand that you're not going to agree on everything. You have to respect the other person's decision or point of view, but there's no.
And I like the harmony. I like the peace. Sometimes there's this peacekeeper and peacemaker, and
Yes.
I feel like they both sound nice, but actually one of them is wrong. Peacekeeper is not good. Peacemaker is good, and I've been peacekeeping.
What is the difference?
Peacekeeper is you kind of like, okay, for the sake of peace, you shove things under the rug and stuff, right? But peacemaker, sometimes you fight and then you go into battle just to create the peace. That's
Okay,
the right
that's
way.
really nice.
But keeping
That's my
things,
style.
keeping under the rug, it's gonna stink up somewhere, sometimes in the future. So, yeah, I have to come to that awareness. Okay, that's wrong, and I'm a perfectionist, and everything has to be. But then that doesn't work with people. I cannot do that to a spouse. So I have to let that go.
Yes.
So it's all also your journey. You have your own journey on your own. Right?
Yeah.
Before you can be a good partner for your spouse.
Yeah, you really can't. If you ever go into a marriage and you see the brokenness that you are going to encounter, you said, that's okay, I will change her.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no.
It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
Look at the package and ask yourself, can I live with it? And that's where the difference is.
Sometimes people find themselves in the middle of the marriage. Oh God, I picked the wrong person. So you're thinking about getting out.
Yeah.
But actually, if you can accept that, okay, he is different that way, then you are open to
A wise woman once said, "There's no such thing as your soulmate." It's
Yeah.
not. There's not.
Actually, it's PB.
Was it PB?
Yeah,
So
it was
it's a
people.
wise
It
man,
was
not
men.
a wise woman.
Sorry, PB. I just called you a woman. Anyways, what was the other?
There's no such thing as soulmate, but you become each other's soulmate.
Yeah, you find it.
Beautiful.
Yes.
You have. It's a give and take.
Yeah.
It's a give and take. What was the other point I wanted to make? See, I'm an old man. I forget things like that.
You guys said that you guys went through a period where you were about to get divorced, right? It was so bad that you had to go meet with.
Oh, yes.
So like, what did you learn from that? That maybe we or maybe other couples could maybe learn from, so we don't have to reach that point, you know?
First of all, you're not alone. You're not the first person that has had conflict, and you will not be the last. The thing is to surround yourself with people that have experienced that before you.
Yeah. For us, I think you guys are Christian level is a lot more mature than when we were.
I don't.
coming
Yeah,
here,
but yeah, no. I don't.
right? So we kind of like fighting worldly, you know. We're not backing up with Jesus and stuff. But once we have help from the church and yeah, so for me, Jesus is the key. And right now you're in the church, you're surrounded. If you find something like that, you go find, others that can support you.
Yeah.
Others in the church.
So what about those egoistical guys who don't have a church
I
community?
was about to go there.
Yeah.
Most guys are very prideful.
Yeah.
We think we could fix everything on our own. We don't need
That's
nobody
right.
else.
That's
We
right,
need
Joe.
I got this,
Yes.
man. I
Got this.
Even then, that's the kind of relationship we put in front of God sometimes.
Yeah.
You tell God, okay, God, I'll give you this, but I got this. Okay, so when you encounter problems, usually the woman, it's the one that seeks help, and most guys will say like, no, I don't need help. If you want your marriage to get better, you have to invest the time, and one of those things is for you not to close down to counseling.
Yeah.
You have to be very open to counseling.
I feel like that's the key. One of them doesn't want to go counsel, there's no hope. I mean, you have to want
Yeah.
to work it, and
Yeah.
the key is to counseling. So
Yeah.
if you one shut down, it's kind of hard for the other one to.
At the beginning, for me, when
And
my
he's
wife,
always willing. So
Yeah.
I'm
see, it has to be more important for you as a man, if you really want to work on your wife and you really love her, to find out is what are you doing wrong? Because obviously she's angry or pissed off about something you did or said. Now most of us cannot really see what that is, right? So when she would call Jeanette, she said, I want us to consult. I said, Bole, I go, good, let's go. I want to find out what I'm doing wrong. At first it was just to find out what I was doing wrong. So I would sit there and she would talk to Jeanette. And Jeanette would tell me, do you have anything to add? I go, no, I'm okay. I just wanted to know what I was doing wrong to fix what I was doing wrong. If I fix that, I'm okay.
Yeah.
But then with time, you realize that you're not okay. And you actually do have something to share.
Yes.
Because there's something that got you to the point of what you did that actually made her upset. So when you do that, it becomes a little bit more, you have to start communicating. You know, you like I said, men want to carry the yoke on their shoulders. And I'm okay, we're macho, I'm supposed to take this,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But it's not that. If you want to be a good husband and a good father and a good everything else, you have to understand that you need to have a strong support group around you.
Question?
No, I just want to add that before I met you guys, like you guys were like an inspiration for me, because I always see this couple at church, and like you guys are always sitting in front, and Joe always hold Elise like this, and like you guys are way older than me, right? But like,
Oh, thank you.
'cause, because I never see my parents being so sweet to each other, so.
That's something also. It's very important for a guy to understand. Okay, in my culture, well, in my parents' culture, Mexican, they're very lovey, very touchy, very, and so I get it from that.
Yeah.
So I also know that I don't need it as much as she does, but she needs to hear "I love you" from me a lot, or not a lot. You need to use it. A guy doesn't have to hear that. I don't have to hear that she loves me, as long as she affirms me, as long as she respects me, as long as she says thank you for doing what you do.
Yeah.
Now, in return, a woman needs to feel that she is loved. She is my queen, my this, my that. Why do I hug her? Because she needs to feel this.
Yeah.
You know, and I remember when we first came here.
Yeah.
In the States, I used to grab her in the middle of the street and I would plant a kiss on her, right? And it was like we would just give ourselves a kiss. When I came here, she goes, you know, you can't do that here, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I mean, it was at the mall, and then he was grabbing.
I tapped her in the butt. I went like this.
And I've been away for so long, and I come back here, and I don't know. I know this is a majority Muslim, so I don't know if I'm. I think that's a no-no.
I think you also have to have that playfulness about yourself also.
And I love that we still.
Yeah, can you imagine sitting at the table, not talking, not communicating, not whatever it is? You have to have, if you look at our videos, it's just, the way you see it in the video is the way we are here.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, it's not that we don't argue. It's not that we don't. It's not that we don't. It's always going to happen. But you have to realize something when you are arguing, right? And she's at her peak and I'm at her peak. Is to pause for a second and think about it this way. You're not winning and she's not winning.
Yeah.
It's the devil that's right next to you that's having victory over the moment. Now, if you say to yourself, you know what, honey, we're not getting anywhere right now. Or we're not, this is not, let's just tone it down a little bit. Timeouts are something that you can apply.
Yeah.
But like my wife says, timeouts must have a time experiment. That means that by a certain time, you must address.
I used to hate time.
Yeah.
And then Janine said, it's important, Elise. Yeah, but when he time out, he doesn't come back. You know, so, and she looked at, no, Joe, time out do have expiration.
Think about it this way, guys. Happy wife, happy life. It's really sincere to do that. You know what I'm saying? But right now, I mean, like I told you, we've learned a lot. I believe that we are probably one of the closest couples of all the people around me that I know as far as couples. I don't mean to brag. I'm just grateful that we're there.
It's okay to brag, Joe.
I'm just grateful that we're there. But it's not like you get to a certain point and then you just shut it down.
Yeah.
I have to continue tomorrow.
Yeah.
It has to be another effort. It has to be another push, whatever it is. Because once you drop your guard, things can happen and things will happen.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, but wait. A little bit. Okay, so now you know where we are on our journey and stuff. Now, you guys just got together, and I'm a true believer that although things are not totally easy now, sailing is pretty because we understand it, but you guys just got married 5 months ago. What have you learned about each other or about marriage in the first 5 months?
Yeah, honestly, there's so many things that you guys have shared that have really been, I think, applied in our first 5 months. Especially the one takeaway I got from this is the language, right? Learning each other's language, which is still something we are still trying to figure out. Like, we are two different people, we do communicate differently, but I think there's a lot of great ways in terms of resolving conflict, how to fight well, and the one thing I know that is important to her is this playfulness, because I think that's what Jeannie likes about you guys. Is 15 years, you guys are still having fun. It's not like a weird, boring marriage, and I know that's her biggest fear. She doesn't want to have a boring marriage, and so that's something that I'm trying to work on, because sometimes I'm too serious. I'm too I'm too serious. I am too serious, and she just wants to have fun, and I want to be able to share that with her. Yeah.
Thank you.
How about you?
Communication. I agree with what Elise said about peacekeeping and what?
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker and peacekeeper. So I used to be the kind of person who just shove things under the rug because I don't like to talk about things. And now we try to talk about it, but we're still struggling.
Yeah, we're working it out.
It's important.
Yeah.
It is important. That's good. That's good.
I do want to, before we close, I do want to talk about, you guys have developed a business, so Dulce, right? So we're talking about this place. This is a beautiful place, and this is a business that you guys have developed as a married couple, right? Can you guys share with us, like, if we want to start a business together, like, what's like 1 or 2, 3 good points that you guys could share?
May I? Or you want to go first? No, you go first.
No, well, I don't know about, I have, my sister used to say, I can't imagine being together with my husband that much, you know. I need to be in a different, not even the same building of office and stuff. But for me, I would miss him if I don't see him.
Aww.
So I don't know if it needs that to be able to do business together, but people, you know, the joke in the church is, this is my PO. Because if I sit with the ladies and I got a call from Joe, okay, your time is up, your husband is calling, because it's like, and my brother used to say, he called for dinner. He wants to be with you all the time. Like, do you have to have dinner together all the time? Yeah, dinner is an important meal.
Yeah.
You know, so you sit together with them. And then, so it helped that you kind of like to be with that person for that long. Because during the whole craziness, when there's a function or a project, he is unbearable, you know. his demand is so high, and sometimes I see it in the eyes of the staff. They're like, oh my God, what about this? What about that? You know. So if you don't like to be with him, you're gonna get that's it.
It's gonna be hard,
it on working with him. But no, but he kind of like. We kind of like playing with the kite, you know. If I'm a little bit too extreme this way, he pulled me this way. If he's too extreme that way, I pull. And I do appreciate his meticulousness on that part, is to make sure that everything goes smooth. If sometimes I go a little bit ditzy, you know, like, oh, we forgot this, we forgot that. You know.
Is it dizzy?
I
Is that what it is?
Ditzy.
Dizzy blonde. Dizzy brunette. Sorry, that came out wrong. No, I think that, you know what, the biggest myth or the biggest mistake people make, that they say, you know what, that couples cannot work together. Yeah, it is challenging, but I guess for us, in order to make it work here, I have to understand her position, and she has to understand my position.
Yeah, that's
we have different responsibilities in the business. So if it's her area of expertise or her area, I dare not mess with it. This is her decision. And if it's my area, she respects my area, and she doesn't.
And it doesn't come naturally. I mean,
no, it doesn't.
We had to learn along the way.
We're
still learning. Sometimes there's still.
She can come to me and say, you know what? What do you think about this? But she cannot come and change that. You know, same thing with her bakery department, decor. I can suggest, but I dare not change it because it's not my position to change it. So I guess respecting each other's authority is very important.
Other elements, nothing to do with the business. He just gone through something, and then he brought it here, and I was like, what? You know. But then if you kind of just something just happened, and then. That is inappropriate, but you gotta give him the space because he just went through that, whatever that is. And also, same thing with me. I have my family here, so I come home from my mom's house. Something happened, and then he asked something to do with work, but I kind of like.
And as far as the staff, it's very simple: good cop, bad cop.
Not just that, but parenting also.
Elise and Joe are parents of 3 wonderful children.
Beautiful.
Not just children, 3 teenagers.
You guys are parents of teenagers.
Jesus season. No, that's pretty much what it is. My wife she has problems communicating discipline. Right? And I have nothing but.
I'm the sweet one.
But
then
I can see that from the young team.
They would talk to me instead of him, right? But I have to have his approval before I can say yes to this. So I was like, why don't you go to daddy and stuff? But then because I'm too sweet, they could take advantage. So I go to him. They don't.
They will.
So
they do. Not only the teenagers, the staff also. Okay, so
Oh, that's funny.
keep that in mind. All right.
Okay.
So it is that. See, you see that? No, don't say that because you'll hurt some feel. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that is. We enjoy working. Now, and then mind you, she compliments me.
Yeah.
I feel good being
Yeah.
around her. Yeah, you know what? If she's gone on a trip, like say, and I'm not there, I'm okay because I understand it. But if
Yeah.
we're supposed to be on a position or a day that we're working together and she's not there, I want to know. Not only because of that, she mentioned something about that I get very tense when it comes to functions or catering. And that's because, you know what, there has to be a certain element of respect to the client. And I kind of noticed that Indonesians are like Mexicans, like kind of like a turum kind of thing, right? And although kind of passive.
He's using that for years too.
Yeah. Turum, right? Yeah, so, turum means like you kind of just go with the flow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, most of the time I go with the flow, but if you have a commitment to somebody,
Yes.
you must do it. I've been in the business for 30 years now, and a lot of fine dining restaurants in LA. So there's a certain structure that you have to have. So when you don't comply with that, I do get antsy. Now afterwards, I'll be the first one to crack a beer and give some to the staff. But before then, we have to go ahead and comply with our commitment to somebody. So it kind of works out. It's a good chemistry.
Yeah.
I guess that's what it is.
Wow. So many good things, yeah?
So many good
So how about you guys? You guys are planning to work together?
I don't know, like, right? This is the time to find that side hustle, right? We can't just stay in our main job. So we're thinking of ideas, but just what you guys have built here is awesome. I love the brownies here. I've been a fan of brownies for like 6 years now.
I like all
It is the best
food.
one.
Yeah.
I am too humble to say the best brownies, but now I'm saying it's the best
They are the
brownies.
best brownies, people. There's something in there. You guys got to order it from Dulce. Anyways, I think that's it for today. There's so many things that we're going to take away from this.
Yeah, don't you have a box?
Oh yes, I do have.
Come on.
I forgot.
I forgot.
I'm too old. It's called brownie bites because it's tiny little brownie, but with the decor of the
Yeah. Okay, that's cute.
And if people want to order, they can go to your Instagram
Instagram.
at dulce.jkt.
Yeah.
There's
And
Facebook. Wow.
it has my phone number in there, so you can WhatsApp me there.
Yeah. Really great stuff. And Uncle Joe, and these guys do catering as well. So
We wanted them for
Yeah.
our wedding day
For our venue.
because I really, really love the food, but the venue just doesn't allow it.
So that's why we're here today. We're gonna have some delicious Mexican food cooked by real Mexicans. So definitely come check out Dulce. And again, I just want to thank you guys so much.
Thank
Joe
you
and
guys
Elise.
for
You guys are so
coming by.
incredible. And
Josh is my tech guy. I know. Thank you for that.
yeah, no, this is fun. So yep, we're gonna go home. Chat
No,
some
we're
good
gonna
stuff.
eat
We're gonna eat
first.
first.
We're gonna eat first. Then
And
go home.
guys, come check out Dulce in Cinere. Check them out on Instagram and Facebook as well. And again,
He said chinere like a white boy. Chinere.
Cinere. Cinere. Okay, Cinere.
Cinere.
One last word from each of you guys to our viewers.
Dulce Cafe. All day long.
All right.
That's Joe's last word. At least the last word.
Just I say enjoy each other. Enjoy life. Enjoy life.
Yeah.
Enjoy food
Yeah.
because
Come on.
I love that.
That's
I love
it.
that.
Food is life.
food is life.
Food is life.
Thank you.
And thank you guys so much. That's it, guys, for this episode. We'll see you guys in the next one.